Alright, and here we go with debate number two. Once again, our debate is titled Go Public or Go Home and talks about the pros or cons of launching an initial public offering. So I thought I would start first. This side, obviously, I'm debating the con side. So before I was debating the pro side, now I'm debating the con side. And my first con is the need for added disclosure for investors. And once again, I'm using this article from Investopedia, and if we scroll down, they talk about one of the most important changes is the need for added disclosure for investors. Okay, public companies are regulated by the Securities Exchange Act of 1934 in regard to periodic financial reporting, and this can be difficult for newer public companies. They also must meet other rules and regulations that are monitored by the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, and obviously all this added disclosure, puts a lot of strain on the company bottom line, and it's also just difficult. It's kind of uncharted waters for a lot of these companies, disclosing all this additional information that they may have, never even explored. So that's my first con for going public, is the need for added disclosure. My second point, and Scottrade, I wasn't interested in you. Second point here is the added pressure of the market causes companies to focus on short-term results instead of long-term growth. And this is also from Investopedia. It says right here, public companies are also faced with the added pressure of the market, which may cause them to focus more on the short-term results. And anyway, rather than long-term growth. The actions of the company's management may also become increasingly scrutinized as investors constantly look for rising profits. They may lead management to perform somewhat questionable practices in order to boost earnings. So that's another con of going public, is you get a lot of pressure, especially from investors, to perform now, to make money now. So rather than using funds, for long-term investments, things that will come to fruition later on in your company, but may not make money now, you may be forced to, because you don't want to lose. You don't want your stock prices to go down, and you want to keep your investors. You may be forced to make money now, and that may not be the best thing for a company that's kind of in it for the long haul. So that's my second con, and we go to my third point. It's an article from Entrepreneur.com. Launching an IPO is expensive. And so if we go up here.
When I'm trading, I'm totally focused.
Sorry, hold on. Oh, there we go. Pop-up ads. If we go to Entrepreneur, Initial Public Offering, IPO. Go ahead, scroll down. Talks about the stringent requirements for IPOs leave out most companies. IPOs take lots of time. And then if you go down here, it says if you need money to grow today, an IPO isn't going to provide it. And then it also says an IPO is probably the most expensive way to raise money in terms of the amounts you have to lay out up front. The bills for accountants, lawyers, printing, and miscellaneous fees for even a modest IPO will easily reach six figures. And I've heard, I read somewhere else, companies are suggested to have at least 50 million in their coffers to cover the cost of going public. So for this reason, IPOs are best used to raise amounts at least equal to millions of dollars in equity capital to help cover those expenses. So that's another con of going public. It's expensive. A lot of companies can't afford it. Obviously, you're going to have money coming in down the line, that'll help cover those expenses. But off the bat, you're going to need either venture capital or just funds that you have in your company's coffers to help cover expensive things like that. So there you go. There's my cons for going public. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Talk to y'all later.